President Barack Obama swept through Vietnam this week on a charm offensive whose targets ranged from top Communist Party chiefs to the young people who make up the bulk of the Southeast Asian country's 90 million population. But hard calculation was at the heart of this visit, most obviously in the president's decision to end a 50-year-old arms embargo as part of an effort to boost Washington and Hanoi's common interest in checking China's territorial ambitions in the region's seas.
And I can also announce that the United States is fully lifting the ban on the sale of military equipment to Vietnam that has been in place for some 50 years. As with all our defense partners, sales will need to still meet strict requirements, including those related to human rights. But this change will ensure that Vietnam has access to the equipment it needs to defend itself.
Mr. Obama's announcement on the embargo was rich in symbolism. In the capital city where Ho Chi Minh and his allies once plotted the successful campaign to defeat the US-backed South Vietnamese regime in 1975, the thaw between Washington and Hanoi has been noted in Beijing, although Vietnam also won't want to antagonize China, which it needs for security and trade.
作为越南的邻国，我们乐见越南呢同包括美国在内的所有的国家都发展正常的友好合作的关系，而且我们也希望这友好合作关系的发展呢能够有利于地区的和平稳定与发展。
The embargo decision drew criticism from human rights groups who said Vietnam's authorities had been rewarded even though they continued to stifle political debate and arrest dissenters. Several dissidents were prevented from meeting Mr. Obama, while the election on the day of his arrival for a rubber-stamp National Assembly highlighted how the country remains a one-party state. The president's visit switched to a more casual register in Ho Chi Minh City as he jammed with a Vietnamese rapper at a town hall meeting of young people. But the goodwill shouldn't mask the realpolitik behind a meeting of two former enemies that remain suspicious of each other and may never really be friends. Michael Peel, Financial Times, Bangkok.